In a distant forest lived a butterfly named Rainbow Wings. Her wings were as radiant as a rainbow, with hues of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, each color shimmering under the sunlight as if crafted by nature's own hand. The forest animals all admired her beauty. Squirrels would pause from gnawing pine cones to gaze at her fluttering, deer would stop by the stream, marveling at the way her wings quivered in the breeze, even the silent frogs would poke their heads out from lotus leaves to quietly watch her dance. Yet, Rainbow Wings was not happy, for she had never left the forest and did not know the purpose of her beauty. She often perched on flowers, staring at the distant horizon, her heart filled with questions. Why was I born so beautiful? What is the purpose of my existence? These doubts enveloped her like morning mist, leaving her unsatisfied with the simple life of fluttering and sipping nectar. One day, a legend spread through the forest. Atop a peak called Starshine Mountain grew an everlasting starshine flower, said to answer any creature's questions and even reveal the true meaning of life. Upon hearing this, Rainbow Wings' heart raced. She resolved to embark on a journey to find the starshine flower, even if it meant leaving the familiar forest and facing unknown dangers. So, she bid farewell to her forest friends and took flight toward the unknown. On the first day of her journey, Rainbow Wings flew over a vast grassland where fierce winds nearly tore her wings apart. Struggling to maintain balance, she was swept by a gust to the base of an old oak tree. The tree's drooping branches offered shelter, and an old crow perched on a branch asked in a hoarse voice, "Little butterfly, where are you going? This grassland is no place for a fragile creature like you." Gasping for breath, Rainbow Wings shared her goal, to find the starshine flower. The crow laughed, its voice tinged with mockery. "The starshine flower? That's just a legend. Countless creatures have perished chasing it. Your pretty wings may be a treasure in this world, but they're nothing against storms and predators." Rainbow Wings felt a pang in her heart, but she lifted her head and said firmly, "I may be fragile, but I must try. If I lack the courage to try, what use is my beauty?" The crow fell silent for a moment, a glint of respect in its eyes, before saying, "Very well, little butterfly, fly on. But remember, the true answer lies not at the mountaintop but on the path you take." Rainbow Wings didn't fully understand but thanked the crow and continued her flight. On the second day, she reached a turbulent river, its waters rushing and shrouded in mist. Attempting to cross, her wings grew damp and heavy, nearly plunging her into the water. An old fish surfaced, saw her plight, and said gently, "Little butterfly, the river is too dangerous. Follow me, I know a shallow ford where you can cross safely." Grateful, Rainbow Wings followed the fish's guidance and crossed at the ford. She asked, "Why did you help me? You don't even know me." The fish smiled and said, "Because when I was young, I dreamed of swimming to the sea. But I never left this river, and now I'm old. I can only place my hopes in travelers like you. Go, find your starshine flower, and don't let your dreams remain just dreams." Touched, Rainbow Wings realized her journey was not just for herself but carried the unfulfilled dreams of others. With renewed determination, she flew onward. On the third day, she entered a dark canyon where the air was cold, the rocks sharp, and sunlight barely penetrated. Fear gripped her, and her wings' colors seemed to lose their luster in the gloom. A bat swooped down from the rocky wall, its shrill voice warning, "Butterfly, this is no place for you. Your wings are too conspicuous, they'll attract predators. Leave now." Trembling, Rainbow Wings replied, "I must pass through here to reach Starshine Mountain." The bat shook its head. Beauty is a burden in this canyon. You'll regret it. Taking a deep breath, Rainbow Wings said, "If I give up out of fear, I'll never know how far I can fly." Summoning her courage, she flew through the canyon, her wings scratched by rocks but emerging into the light where she glimpsed Starshine Mountain in the distance, its peak faintly glowing as if calling to her. After days of flight, Rainbow Wings reached the foot of Starshine Mountain. The path was steep, battered by wind and snow, and her wings were exhausted, but she pressed on, climbing upward. At last, she reached the summit, only to find no starshine flower, just a smooth stone platform reflecting the starlight. Stunned, she felt disappointment and even anger. All her efforts, all the dangers, had they been for this empty platform? But as she gazed at her reflection on the stone, she suddenly understood. Her wings, though scarred, still shimmered with radiance. The scratches did not diminish her beauty but made her appear stronger. She recalled every moment of her journey, the crow's advice, the fish's help, the bat's warning. The true starshine flower was not a physical bloom but the courage, wisdom, and love she had found along the way. Her beauty was never for show but to inspire herself and others to chase dreams and face challenges. When Rainbow Wings returned to the forest, she was no longer the questioning butterfly. Her wings bore many scars, each like a badge telling her story. The animals gathered around, listening to her tales of the journey. Squirrels learned courage, deer understood perseverance, and frogs began to believe in the power of dreams. Rainbow Wings finally realized that her mission was not to find a flower but to illuminate every corner of the forest with her journey, inspiring every creature to dare to fly toward their own Starshine Mountain. From then on, she no longer doubted her beauty, for she knew its true meaning lay not in appearance but in the hope and change it could bring to the world. The forest's legend changed too. The animals no longer spoke of the starshine flower but of a butterfly who, with her wings, flew into her own legend. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.